Okay, we are live. Probably. Yes. So as you can tell, it is just me today. Catherine had some other obligations. Um, but yes, so today the weather is fairly cloudy and gray, but not too bad. It's actually fairly chilly as well, which is kind of nice. It's better than searing heat, which will be incoming shortly. But this week we do have some stuff to catch up on. Um, the first and foremost one that's coming up soonest is actually going to be tomorrow. And as people come through, make sure to put in the chat that you are there, what the weather's like, what you had for breakfast, whatever you feel like sharing. If you have any questions, anything you've been doing lately that you're excited about. Um, but Okay, so I do see people are filtering in, so that is always good. But the first thing that's coming up is going to be tomorrow. So if you haven't signed up already, you're going to want to, and it is going to be a watch party for Jodie's body. Um, and then let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. Okay, so that is going to be at learn.lipedema-simplified.org/special-webinar. So that is going to be a watch party for the movie. So this is a big deal because if you go sign up for that, you're going to be able to watch the movie for free, and it's going to be with a big group of everybody else who signs up. And then the hosts of that event are going to be Bill Rapici, who is the director for the movie, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see if it says here. Producer, correction. I knew it was something like that. Okay, so he's the producer for the movie. And then you also might recognize Bill Rapici from some other events that we've done. But he is the producer of this movie. And then Catherine is also going to be one of the hosts, and then Yvonne as well. There are some cautions and warnings about this. Number one is that there is a lot of nudity in this film. It is very tasteful nudity, but it's to give some context. The movie is about a woman who's doing what is it called? Like when you're in an art class and you're drawing a nude model um, for basically practice of it. That is her job. So she's kind of monologuing this entire time while posing, and people are drawing her. And as Catherine puts it, she's a large bodied woman. So there's that factor. And then the other themes, she is a South African woman. And so she grew up in South Africa. And so it also talks about uh, apartheid and stuff like that. So, with that in mind, if you're interested, go ahead and sign up for that um, and go join. So there'll be discussion. I'm sure there'll be a Q&A and discussion afterwards. I've already seen the movie at the Boston Lymphatic Symposium, and I will also be on the road tomorrow going apartment hunting. So I won't be present, but I have seen it. And for me personally, I have not been watching a lot of movies in the past years. But I did watch this one, and it is different. It's very slow. I liked the humor quite a bit. Her acting is really, really good. Um, so if you're looking for something that's a little bit different and you have someplace you can watch that is private, then consider signing up for that. It is a free sign up. And I believe you'll get the recording afterwards. Because it's a movie, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm sure you could reach out and ask Catherine, and she'd be happy to answer that. Okay, so the link to that is in the chat. Go ahead and take a look at the page and see if the concept is interesting. And that is going to be tomorrow. So it's going to be Saturday, March 28th at 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to block that out on your schedule. And then the other main thing we have coming up is our Heart to Heart event. So this is going to be April 17th through 19th. Um, and it will be all about nutrition for lipedema and lymphedema. We're approaching it from a holistic concept. So let me go ahead and put the link to that in the chat. And for people who weren't here at the very, very beginning of this live, Catherine did have some other obligations today, so that's why I'm solo hosting. Okay, so April 17th through 19th, and then it'll be Leslyn Keith, me, and Carrie Reedy as the hosts, and then Catherine will be there too, of course. And then in terms of our speakers, we have Allie Houston, who's the founder and CEO of MetSci, which focuses on metabolic psychiatry and basically tracking for metabolic health. Amy Berger, Brett Scher, Brian Lenskis, Dr. Tro, Megan Ramos, who does a lot of work with Jason Fung in terms of fasting and things like that. Tamsin Murphy, if you've ever taken a Nutrition Network course, you might have seen her before. Tracy McBeath, Vanessa Armstrong, and then Brian Wiley did a pre-event webinar just, what was that, yesterday, the day before? Yesterday. I was there. I swear, it's been a busy week, and it will continue to be a busy week this upcoming week. And then Amber O'Hearn will be doing a post-event webinar. And then we have our lipedema patients and advocates, Blanche Peptone, Mary Kay, and Yvonne. So we're going to be covering a lot. We're going to be talking about gut health. We're going to be talking about the psychological aspect of nutrition. We're going to be doing a mental health panel, which I'm looking forward to. So talking about how does nutrition fit into this? What are the kind of perspectives on this? Allie Houston actually has an interesting perspective on the nutrition angle because, and he's talked about this on social media, but he has used a ketogenic diet to help with ADHD symptoms. And I have family members who do that as well. So you will definitely want to be there. And we're just going to cover a lot of stuff. We'll talk about fasting. We will be talking about holistic care in general. Dr. Tro will be contributing to that. And yeah, we'll talk about low carb basics in case you're not familiar. And then also in terms of in lipedema specifically, what are we using it for? What are the types of tweaks that we can do to help support lipedema and lymphedema and all that kind of stuff. And we focus on a whole range in terms of the practical, how it impacts the rest of your life. And like with Brian, we talked about the budgeting aspect. How do we do this in a way that's affordable? What are tips and tricks that we can do? So yeah, we will continue to do that over the course of this event. And it is worth mentioning that currently the price is general access for $97, and that's going to go up really, really shortly. So if you're sure that you want to come and join us, you can sign up for the general access for $97. Before that price goes up, that's for the entire 3 days. And then if you wanted to additionally do the premium access, which has the recordings, like if you can't be there the full time every day, that is, I believe it's an additional $197. So still the most affordable way to get it is going to be through this early access. So yeah, those are the two things coming up. And I do want to check just one additional thing because I could have sworn that there was one other thing, but now I'm wondering. Okay, yeah, the next thing that's actually coming up in between those is going to be a webinar with Dr. Amato, who is a vascular surgeon, and Leslie Keith will be the host for that one. And it's going to be talking about lipedema in surgery as well as lifestyle. So that's going to be on April 7th, on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's more of a save the date for right now, but as we get closer to that, we'll share out all the links for it. So if you're interested in lipedema reduction surgery, or you're considering it, or you have questions about it, that's the one you will want to go to. Okay, and Caroline said, signed up and looking forward to the April event. Excellent. Good. Always glad to hear. Yes, I'm a bit scatterbrained right now because I'm going to be road tripping out to my new city. My dad is actually here in case you hear any background noise. But we're going to be road tripping out. So we're going to go look at Mount Rushmore, and then we'll go over to what my new city is going to be. And I'm going to hopefully snag an apartment. Pretty sure I'll be able to. And I'll be able to find something that I like. And then in just a little under 1 month, I will be moving, and that will be exciting. I've already been out to the city that I'm moving to in South Dakota. I really like it. I really like the people. It'll be nice to be back in the Midwest, but currently it's like, what do I have to get done? I'm leaving soon, and I need to get everything done before we head out because I'll be offline for like a while. And then once I'm there, I'll be in a hotel, so it's kind of sketchy in terms of like internet connection. But anyway, it'll be a good time, and we're gonna hang out. And right after this, actually, I'm going to make some fajita bowls for us. So I have some fajita beef, and then I'll also cook up some bell pepper and onion, and throw in a bunch of spices as well. And then I'm going to try a new thing, which I did a test run of last night, which is I have some, it's a type of low carb rice, and I don't remember what it is, but it's basically like a higher protein, very low carb rice. I'm going to say it's like something, it starts with a P. It's not the one that's the like all fiber stuff, but yeah. So I'm going to be making cilantro lime rice to go with that, to see if my dad likes it. My test run turned out okay, so I'm hoping it'll go well. And then we'll top it with like sour cream. He'll probably add some guacamole. I have fresh tomatoes and mozzarella and stuff like that. So it'll be a good time. For now, unless anybody has any questions or comments or anything that they would like to share, that's all that I have. Usually when it's just me solo, it's like come in and do the announcements and then head back out, because it's always a little bit weird when it's just one person. I know some people do like solo person podcasts. I follow a lot of them actually, but I'm not that guy, not that person. But I do try to be when it comes to helping out Catherine and anybody else who needs it. Okay. Is there anything else on the periphery? I don't think so. I think that is all. We do have actually a lot of stuff that is coming really soon that we're gonna start announcing. Like we have the book launch coming up, because our textbook is going to be out next month. And then we have additional stuff that we'll start announcing around that point, that we've kept under wraps until everything is all wrapped up and taken care of and put together, and we have the dates and everything figured out. But definitely keep your eyes peeled, because we will be talking about it over the course of the next couple months, I think. Next month, especially. Let's see. Caroline said, random, do you have any red light recommendations, benefits for lipedema? I'm actually exploring this myself because I'm really interested in it. Red light therapy is one of those things where I thought was kind of woo-woo, and then I saw people I really respect talk about it, was like, okay, maybe it's not woo-woo. And then I started reading a little bit of the research on it, and it looks like it might be beneficial for like mitochondrial function, which touches on a lot of different chronic diseases. I'm not sure about specifically in terms of lipedema, but who knows? Probably wouldn't hurt anything. What I've been doing is I found a sauna place that has a red light sauna. So it's like this booth that does the sauna part, and then you can turn on this red light panel. And I just signed up for like a monthly thing because as long as I do 2 sauna sessions per month, it pays for itself anyway. And I especially wanted it for winter, in terms of like getting some red light when the days are shorter. And palmini. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. Miriam said, "Is the rice palmini?" It might be. You might be right about that. I can look it up on Amazon. But in terms of the red light, I don't have any strong recommendations. There's specifications in terms of like the wavelength for specific uses, and I don't fully understand them yet. But when this has come up previously, Leslin brought up a good point, which is the best source of red light is the sun. Excellent source of that. And then during the winter, you can actually get red light exposure from like a fire. If a friend of yours has a fireplace or if you have one, that's another way to get it. And then, yeah, I've been really liking the sauna place that I'm doing. And then I can just try it out and see if it really makes a big difference, and then maybe I'll invest. Because the thing is, like, I do have a belt that has red light, and Catherine might be another good person to ask next week when she's back, or on Sunday when she does her live. Because I know she's been doing red light for a couple things, I think. And she might be able to comment and give specific recommendations. But I don't know enough about it to comment with confidence. So I will withhold. But if you have one of those sauna places nearby, and I checked in the city I'm moving to, and they also have one, so maybe they're fairly common. Yeah, it might be worth trying out and see how you feel. I really like it. With the red light on and then the heat, I'll like close my eyes and sit in it for like 45 minutes or however long the session is. And I feel like it gives a sensation very similar to like sitting outside on a bright sunny day. You're like getting all this warmth and it feels so nice and peaceful. Yeah, and I haven't noticed any huge differences yet, but I also haven't done it super consistently because this month has been really busy. Past couple months have really, but who knows? Okay, in terms of the rice, I figured out what it is. It is lupini rice, so it has a P in it, even so, whatever, fairly close. It's made with lupin flour. And then it is 3 grams of net carbs per serving and then 18 grams of protein. I really like the texture of it. And I think it makes a fairly good replacement for like non-sticky rice. So for like the fajita bowls that I'm going to make, I think it'll be a pretty good usage. I'm going to add in some fresh cilantro and some lime juice, and some salt. And I think that'll be sufficient. But I think that's all I have for today. I do want to get started on lunch. It is 3 p.m. here, but my dad said that's usually when he eats lunch. So all good. But yeah, remind me next week, and I'll make sure to ask Catherine what kind of red light therapy she is using. And then I think Leslin also might know a little bit about it, but yeah, sunlight, if you can get it, summer, at least in the US, is coming up. Because one thing that my mom has brought up before is that the average person in the US gets like 30 minutes of outside like sunlight per day. That's not a lot, and I think we can do better. I mean, it depends on the person and their situation and everything, but we can try. Even sitting like near a window, keep the window open, because some windows will block UVB and stuff like that. But yeah, that's an interesting experiment. What I do know is that red light and everything is helpful for circadian rhythms and helping to regulate all that out. So at the very least, that is helpful. Miriam said, thanks, have a good day. You too, and thanks for everybody who showed up and stuck around, even though it's just me. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the questions and all the updates on your weather and where you're at and everything. I find it genuinely interesting just to see what other people are up to and what they're experiencing and all that. Okay, so I will be back next week. I will be back in town by then. And then I can give you some updates on South Dakota and Mount Rushmore and all that type of stuff. But until then, I hope everybody has a good day. And just remember, sign up for that webinar. Save the date for the next webinar that's coming up April 7th. And sign up for the event as well if you're interested. One thing I didn't say before, but I'll say now, is that all of our events are very focused on community support, interactions with others. And I think that's really unique to us in terms of the online space. It's something I really, really enjoy every time you get an opportunity to speak to your peers and get advice from them or give advice to them. And I think that's really great. Okay, I will see you guys later. And until then, bye-bye. But I hope you enjoy your Friday, your weekend, and anything else you have to enjoy. There's always something.